everyone, thank you for tuning in and welcome to the AORUS Z690 First Look event. We're excited to unveil a full lineup of Z690 motherboards in what we're calling the new king of gaming. Today we'll be taking an in-depth look at the kind of performance improvements you can expect when pairing AORUS Z690 motherboards with Intel's new processors. Be sure to stick around because we'll also be examining our entire collection of AORUS, Aero, and GIGABYTE motherboards. Intel's new 12th gen processors are bringing a whole new level of performance powered by its new hybrid core architecture. As such, GIGABYTE and AORUS Z690 motherboards have also taken a leap in terms of its hardware design, overclocking capabilities, cooling efficiency, and connectivity suites. To help us understand all the new features available on this generation of motherboards, please allow me to welcome one of AORUS's very own product managers, Kevin.
What do you look for when you're searching for your next motherboard? For me, I want a motherboard that has stability, high performance, and durability to last me until the next big leap in technology. And our Z690 boards have it all. Our newest line of motherboards offer the latest and greatest in computer technology. Let's talk about some of the highlight features for the AORUS Z690 motherboard lineup. First off, we'll go over the power design and the stability. When it comes to stability, the AORUS Z690 motherboards feature up to 23 V-core phase design on our flagship boards, and this provides stable power for the CPU, integrated PCIe slots, and the memory controllers. And this is definitely capable of powering the Intel 12th Gen Core i9-12900K under the most extreme conditions. And this is for applications such as premium gaming, content creation, or extreme overclocking. This power design also utilizes a fully load balanced VRM design, and this gives you the maximum overclocking headroom. Not only that, the AORUS Z690 lineup features at least 16 phases of power for each board. All ATX AORUS motherboards are also equipped with a tantalum polymer capacitor array located directly underneath the CPU socket. Now, this helps to improve stability under high CPU frequencies and reduces transient response and protects against voltage spikes. Next up is durability, and when it comes to PC parts, you want a quality motherboard that will hold up until your next upgrade to next generation, and our Z690 has it all. With top-tier heat dissipation throughout the motherboard, you can be assured that your Z690 will stay cool with our innovative thermal design. We've upgraded to our new fins array 3 with nanocarbon coating, and we've increased the surface area for greater heat dissipation. Not only that, we brought back our nanocarbon coated base plate and direct touch heat pipe 2, featuring an extra large 8mm heat pipe for additional heat transfer and aluminum I/O cover to help MOSFET heat dissipation. We pair this with our extra thick thermal pads for greater heat conductivity. On our high-end motherboards, our M.2 SSD comes with ThermalGuard Xtreme, which means cooler temperatures for high speed read and write, and this can generate a lot of heat. However, with this solution, we have zero thermal throttling for PCIe Gen 4 SSDs. Additionally, we have Smart Fan 6 BIOS design. Now, not only does this let you customize your cooling solution to how you want it, you can set custom fan curves. You can also have fans turn on and off based on the temperature reading that your motherboard provides. Now for the part that I'm sure a lot of you are waiting for. When it comes to DDR5 versus DDR4, what you're going to get out of it is higher bandwidth for speed, better power efficiency and scalability, higher stability, memory frequency, and efficiency, which equates to a significant amount of performance increase. Now, on our premium Z690 motherboard, we use our Xtreme memory technology. This includes shielded memory routing and SMD Iron Claw to minimize all noise and electrical interference, which also helps dissipate the heat. So as we mentioned before, the AORUS Z690 motherboards offer high performance. These motherboards can accommodate Intel's 12th Gen processors, which feature an LGA 1700 socket and DDR memory up to 8000 MHz. Additionally, Z690 introduces several built-in DDR5 overclocking features, such as DDR5 Auto Booster, XMP Booster, and advanced memory settings, which can greatly improve your gaming performance. DDR5 Auto Booster will automatically overclock your native DDR5 4800 to DDR5 5000, and XMP Booster will turn any native module into an XMP module with built-in XMP profiles. Veteran overclockers want to take advantage of our advanced memory settings to take full control over your memory settings for your maximum possible speeds. For those of you not quite ready for DDR5, we'll also have several Z690 options with DDR4. So let's get into connectivity. One last thing that users look at when purchasing a motherboard are the connectivity options. So for Z690, this comes with PCIe 5. And the reason why this is important is it will help future-proof your motherboard when PCIe 5 becomes more common. Compared to PCIe 4, it has double the transfer speeds and also has UD-SMD armor, which is a stainless steel shielding. Now, this creates a reinforced slot with 1.7 times stronger tensile strength. When it comes to networking, we brought back Wi-Fi 6E. Now, this was introduced with our Z590 motherboards, and to refresh your memory, this allows for an overall smoother network experience, since it supports dedicated Wi-Fi on the 6 GHz spectrum. What this translates into is 4 times better network capacity and 5.5 times faster compared to 2.4 and 5 GHz spectrum. Now, all of our boards come with the AORUS antenna, which has improved signal strength and a magnetic base for easy installation. Flagship boards will come with a Quantia 10 gigabit Ethernet networking, and all our boards will come standard with at least 2.5 GHz and up. For our ports and audio, our Z690 motherboards also support USB 3.2 Gen 2x2. This has double the performance over the previous gens with transfer speeds up to 20 gigabits per second. Not only that, but we still have the included Thunderbolt 4 slot, and we have a front header for USB Type-C and a rear header as well.
A big thanks to Kevin for the breakdown. As you can see, AORUS is introducing a robust power design and revamped thermal solutions for users to push every ounce of performance from their 12th gen processors. Z690 motherboards will be equipped with next generation connectivity, and we're excited to see the new level of performance that DDR5 is going to bring to the table. Let's see how Z690 motherboards will perform in some of today's most popular benchmarks, and see how it may translate to real-life usage.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the AORUS channel. The latest Intel 12th gen processors just came out, and many of you must be eager to know how they actually perform. In this video, we'll be looking at the actual performance of the 12th gen processor when pairing with the AORUS Z690 motherboard. We've tested 3 enthusiast-focused models, which are i9-12900KF, i7-12700KF, and i5-12600KF. The board we were using for the test was Z690 AORUS Pro. First, let's see how the 12th gen processors perform under the Cinebench R23. For single-core performance, the score of the i9 processor reached 2,000 points, which is about 20% higher than the last generation. The multi-core performance demonstrates the 12th gen strength. We can see on average a 50% jump in performance. The performance boost of i9 is even more impressive, 77% higher compared to the 11th gen i9. Now let's see how it's going to be translated into real-world scenarios. The first test is the file compression and decompression. Compared with the last gen, the 12th gen processors are about 5 to 13% better in file compression and even better with file decompression. Next is the video encode-decode test. We used X264 FHD benchmark for the test, and you could see the huge leap of the 12th gen processors. We also tested the X265 to check how the 12th gen performs under newer video encode-decode methods. We see a similar performance improvement compared to the 11th gen. At last, let's look at the performance of the 12th gen processor under Blender. You can see that it could shorten 30% of the time needed for rendering under each scene, which guarantees much more efficient content creation. Moving on to the part many of you have been waiting for, the gaming performance. We began with 3D Mark TimeSpy. The overall score of the 12th gen is about 5 to 9% better compared to the last gen. And there's no doubt the CPU score has boosted over 20% on the 12th gen processors. Next up, Firestrike. This is the test you should watch closely because it somehow represents the 1080p gaming performance, which is quite sensitive to the CPU. The result is pretty amazing, with a 30% performance leap on average and even up to 50% with the i9 processor. Now the moment you have been waiting for, the game tests. Compared with i9 11900K, you can expect at least 5% of FPS boost under each title, and for the classic first-person shooting game CSGO, we saw something even more amazing, a 40% FPS increase. Now let's move on to something more extreme. The robust power and thermal design of AORUS Z690 motherboards can further push your 12th gen processor to the limit. We're going to show you how much performance you will gain under CPU and memory overclocking. We overclocked the i9 12900K to 2 cores, 5.4G, and another 2 cores, 5.2G with Z690 AORUS Xtreme. Using Cinebench, we can see an additional 4% of single performance gained when overclocked. These kinds of performance boost in Cinebench could turn into 3% of FPS boost in each title. Besides CPU overclocking, let's also take a look at how much additional performance could be expected from memory overclocking. After we overclocked the RAM from 4800 to 6200 MHz, you could see the PC Mark score goes up to 9,146 points. The similar level of performance boost could be found within 3D Mark as well. To wrap things up, the 12th gen processors shine not just in single and multi-core performance benchmarks, but also are able to provide promising real-world performance, including daily tasking, content creation, and gaming. So if you're looking for a board that could push your 12th gen processor to the limit, the AORUS Z690 motherboards are definitely your best choice.
Our testing has shown promising performance boosts in both gaming and overclocking with Intel 12th gen processors and AORUS Z690 motherboards. If you're looking to assemble a new Z690 rig, we know that choosing the right motherboard can be a daunting task. Well, we're going to break it all down for you right now. Let's first meet AORUS's all-new Z690 motherboards. Without further ado, let me introduce you all to our Z690 motherboard lineup. On the Z690 platform, both GIGABYTE and AORUS will feature a comprehensive lineup of motherboards across every segment. AORUS motherboards are going to be high-performing, designed to unleash the full potential of Intel 12th gen processors with an enhanced power design and thermal design. We're also bringing back popular models like the Xtreme, Master, Ultra, Pro, and Elite. We're going to have both DDR4 and DDR5 options available on our AORUS product lines as well. AORUS series motherboards, which are designed with optimized features for content creation, are backed by popular demand. For those of you familiar with our previous Vision line, this generation of Z690 will feature our very first Intel Aero motherboard. Last but not least, we have a number of DDR4 options available in our GIGABYTE motherboard line. The Gaming X and Ultra Durable series motherboards are the headliners and are solid options for entry-level Z690 motherboards. Now let's take a closer look at our entire lineup. At the very top, we have our enthusiast Z690 AORUS motherboards, the Xtreme Waterforce, Xtreme, and Tachyon. These motherboards are the pinnacle of our Z690 lineup with state-of-the-art design and every piece of innovative technology that we covered today. The Z690 AORUS Xtreme Waterforce is the ultimate enthusiast board. While all the other specs are similar to the AORUS Xtreme, what makes this truly special is its all-in-one monoblock, which offers unparalleled cooling performance. The Z690 AORUS Xtreme is equipped with an overkill 23-phase direct VRM design. Thermal armor is built all around this board too. You get FinZ Array 3 heatsink for the CPU, Xtreme memory protection for the DIMMs, and Thermal Guard Xtreme for the M.2. You also get killer performance with Intel Thunderbolt on board, 10 gig LAN, Wi-Fi 6E, plus it comes with exclusive add-ons such as the memory shroud and essential USB DAC. The Z690 AORUS Tachyon is uniquely designed with a robust power design for overclockers to push every ounce of performance with their CPU. This motherboard is the pick for overclocking enthusiasts. you won't find another board in our lineup with the same onboard overclocking control panel. Now onto mainstream AORUS motherboards. Here we have the AORUS Master, Ultra, Pro, Elite, and Mini ITX Ultra. How do these motherboards measure next to each other? Well, let's take a closer look. With a beefy 22-phase digital VRM design, the Z690 AORUS Master is in its own class. It's the only motherboard in its series that utilizes the FINS Array 3 heatsinks, a 10G LAN chipset heatsink, and has a thermal base plate. For connectivity and audio, the AORUS Master is unique in having 5 PCIe Gen 4 M.2 slots, 10 gig Aquantia LAN, and Saber DAC audio. That's not to say the Ultra is lacking in any way. The Z690 AORUS Ultra holds its own with similar designs to the AORUS Master. For example, it also utilizes the same 105 amp smart power stages, the same WMK thermal pads, and features the latest ThermalGuard 3. The Ultra is going to be a great choice for any premium gaming system. Between Ultra, Pro, and Elite, there are small differences in power design and thermal design as we go across the board. The Z690 AORUS Pro is more comparable to the AORUS Ultra than you would think, with only slight changes in power and thermal design, but similar in connectivity, networking, and audio. It's a great middle ground for those who want a high-performing mainstream system. The Z690 AORUS Elite rounds out the ATX AORUS lineup with 2 versions available. As the name suggests, the Elite AX possesses Wi-Fi 6 onboard for wireless networking. As our entry-level AORUS motherboard, the AORUS Elite series motherboards offer great performance for those who are just getting into how to fine-tune their systems. The Z690 AORUS Ultra is our only mini ITX option available for this generation, and keep in mind, this is a DDR4 motherboard. If you're looking for something compact yet powerful, this motherboard is going to be a great pick for you. This motherboard has some of the same thermal designs as its ATX counterparts, with the FINS Array heatsink, improved thermal pads, and ThermalGuards 3. You'll get up to 15 USB ports with Intel Wi-Fi 6 and Intel 2.5 gig LAN. Creativity starts with Aero series motherboards, and this generation we're introducing 2 great looking models, the Z690 Aero D and Z690 Aero G. The Aero G is simple and elegant. It will support up to 4 Gen 4 M.2s and will be able to support up to 32 gigs of memory on a single slot. Compared to the last generation, the Aero G will include onboard Wi-Fi 6. Vision Link, our exclusive multi-purpose I/O design, can be enabled through the rear USB 3.2 Type-C header. And for those who want the best cooling and the latest and fastest connectivity options, the Aero D is the clear choice. It has improved power design and additional thermal solutions over the Aero G, like the ThermalGuard 3 over the first M.2 slot. On the rear I/O, you're going to get dual Thunderbolt ports and dual Ethernet ports, a 2.5 gig LAN and a Quantia 10 gig LAN. Rounding out the rest of the GIGABYTE Z690 lineup are the Z690 Gaming X and Z690 UD series. While most of the launch models will feature DDR4 compatibility, we will have DDR5 options later down the road. Both the Gaming X and UD are excellent entry-level motherboards with a solid 16-phase design with extended heat sinks. They come with 2.5 gig LAN and at least 3 or more Gen 4 M.2 slots, and will still have PCI 5.0 design. If you're someone that just needs the essentials, these are the motherboards for you. So why AORUS Z690 motherboards? Well, we're seeing some great performance numbers with Intel 12th Gen processors, and to ensure you guys will get the best CPU performance, we're offering better VRM design, direct power overlays, and a 16+ phase power design across all GIGABYTE and AORUS Z690 motherboards. Also, all ATX Z690 motherboards will now come equipped with tantalum polymer capacitors. On AORUS Z690, we unveiled our next generation thermal designs like FINS Array 3 and ThermalGuard Xtreme, which will take your system's cooling to the next level. All AORUS ATX motherboards will feature DDR5 Xtreme memory design with SMT DIMMs and shielded memory routing. To ensure you have the best DDR5 performance, our Z690 series comes equipped with DDR5 Auto Booster. Speed is the name of the game for this generation, and we have improved connectivity across the board, including at least 4 Gen 4 M.2 slots on nearly all of our Z690 motherboards. Not only so, all Z690 motherboards will feature USB 3.2 Gen 2x2 Type-C, which offers 20 gigabits data transfer, making large files easier to offload or access. All Z690 motherboards will also have headers to support cases with front USB Type-C headers. Lastly, 2.5 gig LAN or above is going to be a new standard on all of our Z690 motherboards and offers at least twice the transfer speeds compared to general 1 gigabit networking. We hope you are as excited as we are to take advantage of all the new features that come with our Z690 motherboards. From unique motherboard designs like the Fins Array 3 heatsink, to next generation compatibility with DDR5, our Z690 motherboards will be the most advanced boards to date. We're calling these new motherboards the new king of gaming, as we expect to see some great performance levels in that area. For you overclockers out there, we want to see how you can push the limits on both the processor and DDR5 memory. AORUS is going to have a full lineup of motherboards to support Intel 12th Gen processors. Whether you're a PC building expert or just getting into DIY, we have a solid motherboard option for you. Thank you to everyone for tuning in to the AORUS Z690 First Look event. If you're interested in learning more on our Z690 motherboards, be sure to check out our Z690 launch page, which is listed in the video description below. If you have any questions on us, we'll be happy to answer them on Instagram at AORUSOfficial. We'll be hosting an IG story AMA until end of the day, so be sure to get your questions in. Alright guys, that's it from us today. We here at AORUS would like to wish everyone a happy building season, team up, and fight on.